Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here, and I'm super excited to share this assignment with you. So this assignment is called Letter to My Future Self, and it's more or less exactly what it sounds like. We're going to use it, number one, to just use our Apple Pencils a little bit more, become familiar with it, become familiar with how to share files across the iPad to different apps, as well as marking up documents. So we're getting a little bit more practice with skills we talked about earlier in this week, and we're doing something that I think is really awesome. And let me tell you why I think it's awesome. When I was a senior in high school, I had a lot of friends in a teacher's class named Mrs. Boothby. And Mrs. Boothby had this assignment where at the end of the year, she had her students write a letter to themselves 4 years down the road. So most were in a trade or working, or they were finishing up college, and a lot of them got these letters 4 years later and had totally forgotten about them. And so I always thought that was super awesome, and I was always so jealous when they were talking about their letters that they received 4 years later. I even had a friend who is a musician and wrote a song about it. And I'll give 10 extra bonus points if you can find the song. But I always thought that was awesome. I was always sad that I didn't get to do it. So I always wanted to give my students the opportunity to do it. And my first year I taught seniors, and I sent them their letters 4 years later. And every year I've tried to do some version of this assignment. Now I have a whole list, let me see. I have a whole stack of letters here. This is so few, but I have a whole stack of letters that I've been saving for years, and I've been sending them off to students once they, reach whatever agreed upon date we are talking about. So for this assignment, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna write a letter to our future selves, specifically graduation. All right, that's our end date. At graduation, I will give you these letters back. Your letter needs to be 1 page in length. If you look at the assignment, I've given you some suggestions on how to do it, and we are going to use our Apple iPads to both write the letter and upload it to Schoology. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, Mr. Severson, if we're writing them on the iPads, how am I ever going to get them back? I can just look at it whenever I want. Probably true. You could probably do that. But it's not as fun if you do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to use your Apple Pencil to hand write your letter. I'm going to print your letters out, and I'm going to put them in an envelope, and I will label them. And then when it comes time for graduation, and I'm sure you will all be there, and I'll be there, so I'll be able to hand them right to you. I'm going to hand them out to you. Now, super important, I will never read your letter. All right, I will print it out, I'll fold it up, I'll put it in an envelope. I will never read it. All right, so this is just for you. You get your points just for completing the letter, uploading it to Schoology, and then I will print it out, put it in an envelope, mark your name on it, and at graduation, I will hand it to you. So that's the assignment. Please check the assignment file that's in there, and I'll also upload a couple more videos that show you exactly what I'm looking for as far as what apps you should use and how you can upload it into Schoology without going through a bunch of extra steps. So I'm really looking forward. Hopefully some of you guys might share a few things that you heard about, but if not, I still think it's a great assignment, and I will see you soon.